Let's move on to deploying our app. So we'll begin by ending our dev script, and to specify the details of our configuration, we'll create a now.json file, just like we did in the first project. However, here we'll add some additional details. We'll specify the name of our deployment with the name property. By default, it'll be set to the name of the folder that we're deploying from, so that would be Next.Connect, but I'll set it to Next.Connect anyway. Feel free to name yours however you like. We could, with this env property, specify some additional environment variables. Say, for example, we had created a production Mongo database. So we used a production Mongo URI, and we could apply that to our project. But we'll skip the env object and instead opt for the .env property, which tells our now deployment to take a look at the .env file here to use the entries that are within it, and we do that by setting .env to true. Now within our .env file, we want to set Node Env to production. This is in lieu of having to, in our package.json file, on our start script, set Node Env to production. We can leave port at 3000. We don't have to change it to 80. It'll still deploy successfully, and I think it's more convenient for when you want to switch back to development, just leaving it at 3000 instead of having to change it back from your deployment port. And then we have this production URL entry that we're not going to set just yet. But if we take a look at our server folder and we go to app.js, we see that it's being used for our root URL variable. So if we're in a non-dev environment, we're going to be using the production URL. We're going to be running our app on that instead of our local host and the 3000 port. But in order to set this production URL, we want to have our deployment point to a URL that's a bit more reliable than the one that we've been using before. So before, the name of our deployment, or our deployment URL, has been something like Next.Connect, the name of the deployment, and then some random string that now generates for us. So instead of trying to keep track of the name as well as this random string for our URL, we can what's called alias our deployment, where we'll deploy our app. It'll still point to Next.Connect and some cryptic string. However, aliasing will allow us to point to something much cleaner like nextconnect.now.sh. And this is what will allow us to set the production URL. Now, one caveat is that you need to make sure that this URL is free. So in your case, it'll have to be something slightly different than Next.Connect, and the now CLI will tell you if it's available. But you'll just need to include the name of it. It can be the same name as what you set for the name property, and we'll run a separate script for it, which I've already created for you. It's the alias script, and it's going to run now alias. So what our deployment order will look like is we'll first run our now public script with the help of deploy. So we'll run npm run deploy, and then we'll alias it to whatever we've set for our alias property in now.json. And then I've also created this remove deploy script, where it might be necessary, according to the plan that you have with now, to remove a deployment. So I've just put in Next.Connect, but for whatever your project is named, you can just say now rm and then include the name. And what this will do is the now CLI will find all of the deployments with the name specified, and it's going to ask you if you want to remove them. So if you're running into an error saying you have too many active deployments, the remove deploy script will help you fix that. So let's save both of our files, and we'll begin by running npm run deploy. So we've deployed our app. Now to alias it, we can run npm run alias, but first we'll set the production URL to nextconnect.now.sh, or it'll be your own custom alias, different from this one. So we can save that, and then run npm run alias. And it's going to tell us that our previous deployment will now point to the alias that we specified. So let's try going to our alias. I'll just copy it from my terminal, paste it in, and we should have our app running on the web. So we can click on Get Started, sign up, say with the name Kathy, kathy@gmail.com, and the same password. We'll create a new account, sign in. We see our previous users. We add a status, can post it, can like, comment, can follow other users, can go to our profile, see our posts, delete our comments and posts from there, see who we're following, go to their profile, unfollow, edit our own profile, save, and delete.